up, y'all? What up? You can get this background stuff going on YouTube. If you wonder what I'm eating, the sunflower seeds, not dip. I'm getting Fire Only, what's going on, man? I see you. Okay, I'm finished over on the YouTube app, on the YouTubes. Oh, just finished a steak dinner. Ooh. Just finished a steak dinner. Look at the fancy Fire Only over here. With this fancy steak dinner. Oh man. So whatever update they have for Outriders, maybe I got it already because I went to see if I needed an update for Outriders and said that I didn't. So you know, I get it going. Let's see. Gotta make a video. Do you live in New York State? There's only second to Texas. Yeah, New York got some good food, man. Good food everywhere here in New York. Hey, what's up, y'all? Dangerous Voices, People's Choice, live and direct from New York City. We are live right now on Twitch and YouTube. Come join us. No sling today. My arm's been feeling better. I still got stitches in, so if y'all don't know, I gotta switch to the big camera. I have, you can't even see it. I have that there. I have to move the camera, and I really don't feel like doing that right now. But it's there. Here on where they had to cut in, the stitches is still under here, under this patch here. So. Today I actually went back to work. I'm working from home until further notice. I can't go into the office. I literally probably shouldn't do anything until I get the stitches out, which ain't until the day before Thanksgiving, so like next week. I am like live on Facebook too, but I didn't even check Facebook right now. Kind of don't care about it. Kind of. Like I'm about to. So I'm gonna repost. Alright, so let's get into this trailer. Let's look at some of this Disney Plus stuff that I wanted to get into.
Nonetheless, I'm going to be breaking down all the big important stuff that was released at Disney Plus Day here for you guys. I'll leave timestamps in the description so you can skip around to the stuff you care about the most. So the opening of Disney Plus, one of their first major announcements was a little teaser trailer for their upcoming animated series with Ice Age that is called Buck Wild. I still don't understand why they decided to give these two creatures the show when that damn squirrel that's been chasing it up for years deserved a show over these guys. I'm sorry, I said it. From there, they also released a little teaser trailer for the Baymax Big Hero 6 series. Now this one, I might tune in for an episode or two, but it basically deals with Baymax helping out the citizens of
Big Hero
city.
6 was
Looks
a really
cute,
good
sweet, innocent,
movie,
but
yo.
the best part is they brought the mom
People
back
slept
from
on that
memes.
one.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. From there, we have the stars of the new Cheaper by the Dozen reboot that'll be going to Disney Plus. Kind of just talk about the movie themselves, not really showcase any
Cheaper by the
footage
Dozen.
or what will really be going down.
I really don't know who wanted to see Cheaper by the Dozen, like a reboot of that. It was a cool movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't like a really great movie. But I don't know. Like, I think we know it better for like the people that were in it. Like, they became stars later on. I think Lindsay Lohan was in it, but she was like the big star. It was like her and like Steve Martin were like the big stars in that movie, and the mother in the movie. I can't remember her name right now, but like she's known in Hollywood. So it was like them three, and then everybody else was kind of like they weren't known yet, but they became known later. Like the kids, all the kids. Tom Welling was in it, but we didn't know who he was yet. Like before, this is before Smallville, and then a bunch of the kids. After them, they was in stuff later on. So, they became, like, big stars, or they became well-known after Cheaper by the Dozen. But the people that carried that movie was, of course, Steve Martin, the chick that was his wife, and then I think Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff was in the movie. That was it. It was three people that we knew. So, and the movie was okay. So I don't know why they were trying to reboot
So
this
we'll
shit.
see how this one turns out, but I gotta admit, not that excited. Something I am excited for, though, is the announcement for the Enchanted sequel. Not only did they announce that you can watch the original Enchanted on Disney Plus today, but they confirmed that the sequel titled Disenchanted will be premiering fall of 2022
Enchanted,
on Disney Plus, and there is the little logo.
Am I really excited about that? No.
Show off. I remember being really surprised with Enchanted as a kid, as I was not interested in the movie at all, and I ended up really liking it. From there, Disney decided to give us a special look into the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie that is...
I will say, one of my guilty pleasures are these series of movies. For some reason, I love these series of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This shit is so goofy. and so funny at the same time. Like I be watching this shit like, yo, this shit is stupid, but I'm laughing my ass off in these movies. So one of my guilty pleasures has been these movies, man. Like there was even a shirt that in the second movie that the brother wore that said "Psych, don't do it," like a play on words for Nike, just do it. Like I wanted that shirt because that shit was fucking funny. Like, but yeah, one of my guilty pleasures is this movie. I don't think I gotten Kid Danger into these movies or the books. Maybe I don't know. I gotta ask her mother and see if like she got her into these. But like these series of Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies have been hilarious. It made me want to read the books, even though they're children's books. Might get some for Kid Danger, but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this. Call me a big kid if you want.
Disney Plus was just giving us a look at the brand new poster, but not just that, they also confirmed, even though we're getting the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie December 3rd on their platform, they confirmed that in 2022 they will be making the sequel Roderick Rules, and that'll be coming out then. I know a lot of people, including myself, have a lot of nostalgic feelings for the live action versions and enjoy those a lot, but I feel like
they're making these animated joints too, so the
version that could end up being really good. The next big thing,
so they should end up being good.
The Chip and Dale movie that'll be coming out called Rescue Rangers, where we will see
word?
animated Chip and Dale come back to the big screen. They will be voiced by John
Chippy and Dale.
Mulaney
Oh
and
man, actually, okay, Disney,
really funny
okay.
And like a lot. They did
So
show
far, you know what I'm saying?
Here of the
It's been hit or miss, but
Rangers, and one of the
I like these last two so far.
It's not a reboot of the characters, but a coming back. So I guess the story will somehow tie into these characters coming back into the modern age, and I feel like that just could end up being a lot of fun.
Rescue Rangers is coming back, man.
So
Disney is just squeezing the juice out of everything.
We're getting excited about here was our first look at Hocus Pocus 2. We have the three sisters
Hocus is coming back?
This is what they're going to be looking like for this sequel. I believe they're actually already filming the movie right now as we speak, and it'll be set to come out on Disney.
This is just like, yo, whatever we got, we putting something out.
I'm not the biggest Hocus
We own whatever.
fan. I do like the first movie, okay, but I know there's a lot of
let's
fans
get something out there.
Excited for this, so hopefully that turns out good. Disney also went ahead and gave us a little update on their live-action Pinocchio movie that again is confirmed
Tom
to be coming out
Hanks,
fall of 2022. They
Jordan
have stars
Gordon-Levitt, Michael
Luke
Keegan,
Evans,
Keegan-Michael
Evans,
Key,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Keegan-Michael Key, Lorraine Barco. I really wish they gave us more than the damn logo to look at, but
can't wait to see Gadget.
Just exciting to know.
They're doing the Inspector Gadget one too?
Movie, as that is one of my Disney favorites as a kid. Something that might not be huge, but damn, I just had to mention it for the damn title here. They announced a
Sneakerella
Disney Plus original movie titled Sneakerella, and it's kind of exactly what you would expect it to be. It's about a kid who's very fascinated with shoes, or I should say sneakers, where he designs him himself.
Where do I begin about Sneakerella? Where do I begin? Sneakerella, on paper, sounds like a good idea. But then the fact, it's borderline racist. Borderline. It's not quite racist, but it's teetering on borderline racist, yo. You got a black kid that loves sneakers and wants to be a sneaker designer or whatever, and it's like a retelling or a switcheroo of Cinderella. Everybody in the movie is black, which I love, but it's just like, it kind of seems unnecessary. This movie kind of just seems unnecessary, and then of course, the blackest movie probably that Disney has put out in a while is, I don't know. Something feels off about this. It feels like, I know if you was to write this out on paper, you'd be like, oh man, that's a good story. And then like seeing it executed, I'm like, something doesn't feel right here. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. I might have to see commentary from other YouTube creators and bounce my thoughts off of them, or have them give their opinion on this. But there's something about this just seems off, and I can't put my finger on it because it's not outrightly racist. It's not even, but it feels, something about this feels racist. Well, it could have did Agent, it would still be the same. Something about this feels racist. I just don't know what it is yet, and I'm like, But it's kind of like I get a bad vibe from this. I don't know. It feels like a good idea. It seems like a good idea, and I'm just like, Sneakerella? I remember I did see one commentary on it where they said, no, the boy should have been a girl. Like, they should have kept it in line with the, it's Cinderella, it's a woman, and that whole thing. But they switched it to a man, and then there's a princess instead of a prince, stuff like that. So it's a little odd. It's still, something just seems off about this whole thing, and I just can't put my finger on it. I mean, everything looks good about it. I love the fact that it's mostly black cast, and so
falls in love with somebody, then leaves his sneaker behind Cinderella style. This new love interest of his will have to match up that sneaker to the boy in town. Like, what the heck? Way to stretch out the idea of Cinderella so hard. And
Cinderfella. That's what this is.
Cinderella tells you all you need to know.
Like the old Dana Dane song from 1985. I swear, that might make this racist. If they were to somehow include the song Cinderfella in here somehow. The old Dana Dane song. Maybe y'all don't know that song. It's an old song. The song came out like in 85. There's a song called Cinderfella. Nah, I shouldn't. I'm not going to play because I got a YouTube strike the other day for Tupac. But go look it up on YouTube or whatever music thing you have. Dana Dane, Cinderfella. Matter of fact, no, I can't get no. I'll do this. I can't get a copyright strike for linking it in the chat though, so I'll do that and have y'all go listen to it. But yeah, Cinderfella, and I swear, like if they was to have that song in there somehow, I'm like, yup. Oh, that's the beginning of the song. I'm gonna put it in the chat, y'all. Y'all go listen to it when y'all get a chance. It's an old song. It's a good song. It's a funny song too. So it's worth a listen. Nope. It's worth a listen. You might recognize the song because it's the song that Ice Cube used for his diss to NWA. No Vaseline. He used that same beat from Cinderfella and used it to diss all of NWA. If you saw the Straight Outta Compton movie, you would know about that song, No Vaseline. If not, that's another song you need to listen to. That's also a very good song. Alright, let's get back.
Then we got our first little teaser trailer.
Hold up, I want to go back.
Then
Because I want to look at them sneakers.
Way to stretch out the idea of Cinderella so hard, and I mean,
these are apparently the sneakers that my man comes up with, or he gets caught in or whatever. Like this is the sneaker that he leaves behind. This sneaker looks ugly as fuck to me. It looks ugly. Maybe I'm sort of a sneakerhead. I used to be a sneakerhead, and these aren't a pair of shoes I would wear. These look crazy. I've seen a couple of people say, "Oh, I love these shoes. These shoes look dope," and I'm like, I wouldn't wear them shoes. I don't know. I gotta ask my sneakerheads. What they think.
Tells you all you need to know. Then we got our first
sneakerheads should be all over this movie.
Of the Proud Family that'll be coming to Disney Plus. I actually remember
Proud Family is gonna be dope.
When I was a kid,
everybody's coming back.
The Proud Family, louder and prouder. I feel like
Proud Family is one of those things that
like it did whenever I was a kid.
It ended too soon.
I don't know if this is something I'm gonna be checking out, as I just wasn't the biggest fan of the show. But there must be a huge fan base for this because Disney decided to go ahead and bring it back. The next big thing Disney Plus announced here that got a lot of fans really happy and excited is that they went ahead and revealed that the book series called The Spiderwick Chronicles, that also has had a live action movie before, is getting a live action interpretation for Disney Plus. They've even revealed a couple of looks at the concept art for what this will look like, and I'm seeing a lot of excitement from fans who read the book. So this is kind of cool that this
Spiderwick Chronicles is supposed to be like another Chronicles of Narnia, but it never took off that way. So it was supposed to be in the same breath as Harry Potter, The Chronicles of Narnia, that, and it just, I don't know, it just never took out. Looks like Care Bears and My Little Pony jizz all over those shoes. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Disney went ahead and pulled this out. I do think some of these designs.
Bible Chronicles never took off as far as the series.
Teaser for their upcoming Willow series. Willow, again, a very popular movie that starred Warwick Davis. I thought it was really funny how in this behind the scenes.
Willow is like my older brother and sister. That's like their time, because I never remembered Willow. I've only heard people reference Willow. And people talk about, oh, how I love Willow. I'm like, but I noticed how everybody that referenced Willow was like 40 and up. Is what I noticed about Willow. It was like everybody that's, oh, I love Willow, like they were much older than I. Dude, Willow, dude, really? I never liked Willow, man. I never saw it. It never looked interesting to me.
Warwick Davis mentioned that Willow was his most iconic role. No, sir. Leprechaun is your most iconic role. Don't you forget that. Now, on the Star Wars side of things, I gotta admit, they didn't reveal as much as I thought they would. They mentioned that the Boba Fett character will be getting an original documentary premiering on Disney+. The background of the character and how he was created as one of the most popular Star Wars characters. And then, of course, the big bombshell.
Boba Fett was a popular Star Wars character. I done references, but I've seen it like 5 or 6 times. Willow, and I never saw it. Maybe it's something. Well, maybe this will make me revisit the old one. Now let me say something about Boba Fett. Boba Fett was one of the most popular characters in Star Wars that didn't really do nothing. You hardly saw him do anything. But he was such a cool looking character, everybody loved him. And I'm like, when I think about it, and I watched, and I remember rewatching the movie, I was like, yo, I don't remember him doing anything really specific. Like, he got into one fight and lost, and that's the last we saw of him. The rest of the time, you just saw him in the armor, and they was giving him orders. But you never really saw. I was like, yo, you never really saw my man do anything. But Boba Fett was always like a really popular Star Wars character, and I never understood it. He was just a cool looking dude. That was it. Now, when the prequels came out and you saw Jango Fett and all that stuff, you saw all the stuff that he was capable of. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. Now we see like how badass of a fighter Boba Fett can be. But that's Jango Fett now. So I can understand So now I'm sitting here like I can understand motherfuckers being bigger fans of Jango Fett, because you saw Jango Fett fight, you saw what he can do, you saw the shit that he can do. You never really saw Boba Fett fight. The first time we actually see Boba Fett fight is in Return of the Jedi, and he loses. And then the next time you see him fight, you don't see him fight until The Mandalorian, like 20 years later. And of course he whooped ass in Mandalorian. Oh my goodness. Now, if you're a Boba Fett fan, now after seeing Mandalorian, I can understand, because he whooped ass in Mandalorian. But before that, I'm like, oh, y'all Boba Fett fans, and he didn't do shit. No, there's gonna be some people that hate my opinion on that, but think about it. Before Mandalorian, you only saw Boba Fett fight one time. That's it.
Drop that accidentally leaked yesterday was our little behind-the-scenes look to the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And this little behind-the-scenes look really excited me, and that's coming from someone who's like a very casual Star Wars fan. I know I say that with little baby Yoda behind me, but just right here, the mention that they brought back Hayden Christensen. He'll be part of the show as Darth Vader, and they will be doing a rematch between him and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hell yeah, I want to see that. It looks like from the concept art, they're even fighting on Darth Vader's planet, Mustafar. And like I said, that's how you know I'm a casual fan, because I'm I'm seeing a lot of diehard Star Wars fans kind of being upset by this, trying to figure out how this fits in canon, since it doesn't make sense that they had a rematch that they never heard about. They're like, where does this fit in? Everything we've known from the Star Wars movies. I'm like, it's Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting again. You just shut up, you hear me? After that Star Wars...
Yeah, there is open opportunity for a rematch because of the fact of between episode 3 and 4, it's 20 years. Between the end of episode 3, when when Anakin became Darth Vader, and episode 4 when you see Luke, it's about 20 years, about 18 years to be exact, actually, because Luke was born at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Luke and Leia was born. And then the next time you see anybody is episode 4. And it's 18 years later. So I'm like, they could fit in a rematch in there somewhere. Star Wars fans being mad about that, I'm like, bruh, there's a lot of time and opportunity for them to have that rematch. A rematch that we never heard of. And then, of course, episode 4 is the last time they fought. And I keep saying episode 4, and they've done it, but it's been like fan ones that they did. I keep saying episode 4. I was like, man, they need to redo that lightsaber battle. And I've seen fan remakes of it, and the fan remakes are really good. Because it was just like, yo, that first lightsaber fight was terrible. I mean, back then, you're like, oh, snap, they fighting with lightsaber and stuff. You look at it compared to the stuff later, you're like, damn, they was fighting extra slow. So, I mean, I don't think they're gonna remake that one, but we'll see. We'll see.
Was the weird part, because if you wanted the Pixar side of the news, you had to go off of Twitter and onto Disney Plus to find a 4-minute clip of what they're doing with the Pixar stuff. And really, I don't even think it was all that worth it. It was stuff you could have just continued announcing on Twitter, where they mentioned here that Cars will be getting an animated show. It'll be about Lightning McQueen and Mater on the road.
Oh, that might be cool. Might be something cool to watch with Kid Danger.
They also went ahead and mentioned that movies like Turning Red and Lightyear will be getting their own documentaries of the behind the scenes.
Disney Plus is giving me a lot of stuff to watch with Kid Danger,
Disney Plus in
who will be here on Saturday.
Something that was released along with Disney Plus.
Going to get Kid Danger on Saturday for Thanksgiving.
Was our first look at the new Predator prequel. This will be releasing on Hulu instead of Disney Plus, but Hulu is majority owned by Disney, so it makes sense why this was released today. And I think this looks pretty awesome. Okay, if you don't know,
when they bought Fox, they bought Fox's shares in Hulu. So Disney owns Hulu and fucking Disney completely owns Hulu and Disney Plus, which is why I thought Disney Plus didn't make sense. So here's what y'all don't know: Disney bought Fox. Well, y'all know that Disney bought Fox, so they own all of Fox's entertainment stuff, right? Not the news stuff, the entertainment stuff. The news stuff is make some billions of dollars. That's why they didn't sell that. The entertainment stuff, The Simpsons, all that stuff Disney owns, right? Ice Age, all that stuff. So, a part of that entertainment arm was also their controlling share of Hulu. So, when Disney bought Fox, they also bought their, I think Fox entertainment arm owned like 40%. They own a lot. And Disney owned like 20%. So it put Disney at like 60-70% or something like that. So Disney automatically, when they bought it, they became the controlling shareholder, and before it was Fox. So what Disney did on top of that was, okay, they bought Fox and got their controlling share. Then they bought out the rest of Hulu after that. So whoever owned the rest of Hulu, because now Disney controls most of it, they have the controlling share of it. So pretty much any decisions about Hulu has to go through Disney now. So what they did was, I think it was Comcast or somebody that owned the rest of it. They just bought them out. Like, look, we want to own it outright. Here's They just made them an offer and they took it. The thing was, Disney had announced Disney Plus. It didn't make sense. I was like, yo, so why do y'all have Disney Plus and Hulu? Y'all own both now. Like, that don't make sense. But what happened was Disney made the offer to them a month before Disney Plus went live. So basically, Disney already had Disney Plus in the works, had already planned, had already advertised it, everything, and then the opportunity came to own Hulu. So then they just bought Hulu outright, the rest of it. So now they outrightly own Hulu and Disney Plus. That's why you always see the package. It's Disney technically it's Disney technically a monopoly, yeah. So that's why you always see the packages. You might see the packages sometimes where they said, "Hey, get Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus for like $20 a month or something like that," like a package like that. That's because Disney owns all three of them. I've seen packages like that where you can get ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, all for like one low fee, just all bundled together. Now you might have seen that out there. That's because Disney owns all three of them. But yeah, but Disney, literally a month before Disney Plus went live, that deal happened. So like, to me it didn't make sense. I was like, yo, wait, if they bought Fox, that means they're gonna own Hulu. And then I heard they made that deal to own the rest of Hulu. So I was like, y'all don't need to come out with Disney Plus. Bill Cushington, my guy. What's going on? Let's drop a bomb for my man, boy Cushington. Drop the bomb. One of the cool kids in the building. Make sure y'all go follow my man's. He is the Mad Titan Gaming. Where are you at on my shoutouts? Links? No, it's shoutouts. Mad Titan Gaming. Make sure y'all go follow Mad Titan Gaming on everything. He's Mad Titan Gaming on Facebook.gg/Mad Titan Gaming. On Twitch, on YouTube, he's on everything. Make sure y'all go follow him. I think I put the link in the chat for him. So y'all make sure y'all show my man some love. Just so that gets everywhere. Show my guy some love. I only got your Twitch on here. But yeah, so yeah, we just going through the whole Disney Plus announcements and stuff because I didn't get to go through them. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, Bill. I'm just going through all these announcements stuff because I didn't get to go through them.
Who fiercely protects her tribe against a highly evolved alien predator. So this story is about one of the first times a predator came to Earth and fought one of our warriors. Really looking forward to that. Then finally, when it came,
they will not let go of Predator. They're gonna keep making Predator until it hits.
Over back to Disney Plus. If you're a subscriber, go on their 14-minute clip, and a lot of it, like almost half of it, is just showing you clips of the shows that already came out, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki. But then after the halfway point, they showed you an extended look to the Hawkeye series, which looks like a lot of fun. I am loving the way that looked, especially because I'll simp any day for Haley Steinfeld, so that was pretty sweet. And then in the last 2 minutes of that presentation,
Hawkeye I'm gonna watch,
showing us some first looks to upcoming things. So the first little teaser trailer they gave us is for Moon Knight, and I will say, guys, I won't be able to post the footage here or a lot of it on because technically, since it's Disney Plus content, it's considered something like a movie or show. But if you're someone who doesn't have a Disney Plus account and wants to see those little teaser trailers, I posted them on my TikTok. But the little teaser trailer they gave for Moon Knight shows off Oscar Isaac as Mark Spector, and I gotta say, it's looking pretty sweet. He's talking about the conflict with his personalities. We get a look at the cinematography.
Moon Knight's a character that I'm not familiar with, but I know fans of him love him.
Very clean. I'm loving the look of Moon Knight. Then we also got a little teaser trailer for the upcoming Miss Marvel show that we now know is coming out summer.
This I'm excited for. Miss Marvel, because I read the comics. The comics were awesome. I didn't even expect the comic to be that good. So what happens was, I read the comic when I one day, so one of my first mod before Fire only kind of took over that was my good friend E. Rich now. So I was at his house. I was at his house one day, and I was helping him fix his computer or whatever. I'm always helping him fix his computer because I gave him a computer. So anytime something's wrong with it, he asked me to come over and look at it. So I was over at his house one day. He's doing something on it. He must have finished something on it. So I'm just waiting for him to finish what he gets finished. He had bought something, and they sent him the Kamala Khan comic with it. It was like a free gift or whatever. So I sat there waiting for him. I read it was like the first issue of it, and I was hooked. I was like, yo, this is like a really good story. This is a really good comic. So I went to like one of these little websites that have like the comics and stuff online. You can read them all, and I read like a whole bunch of Kamala Khan. That story is good, her powers are good, everything is good. And then you get a little bit of like, she's Pakistani and she's first generation American. But like her family, her mom and dad, everybody's they were all from the old country. They were all from Pakistan. They grew up in Pakistan, so she was like the first generation American growing up as a Pakistani Muslim girl in the comic. So I was reading this comic, and you get a little bit of that culture and how it is to be a Pakistani immigrant. And in America, they lived in Jersey City, so that's close by where I'm. That's close. That's close enough. It's not really that close, but it's close to New York City, Jersey City. It's only a bridge that separates New York from Jersey City. It's only one bridge, so you get a feel of like that culture reading the comics, and the story was really interesting. So I'm wondering like, and Moon Knight is black. He's been black for a very long time. I thought Moon Knight was black, but I thought maybe I was confusing Moon Knight with Cloak, like Cloak and Dagger. I thought maybe I was confusing Moon Knight with Cloak. I know Cloak is black, so I was like I said, I'm not familiar with Moon Knight at all. So if he's supposed to be black and they just showed a white dude in there, that's gonna be a problem. So we'll see. But I'm very excited for this character. Both are black. Oh man, I saw a white dude in there the entire time. So maybe that's not him. We'll see. I haven't heard any outrage about it yet, but we'll see. So Kamala Khan is going to be a really good character, but I'm wondering if they're going to include some of the characters, because like early in the comic, I'm not really spoiling it for you, but early in the comic she runs into the Inhumans, Miss Marvel. No, she runs into the Inhumans, Captain Marvel, and Wolverine in like the first 5 or 6 issues. So I'm wondering if they're gonna have those run-ins in here. We'll see. But she runs into a lot of other superheroes early because she's still learning how to use her powers, and then she discovers that maybe some of these guys can help her. And she starts running into a whole bunch of other superheroes. So we'll see if they include some of those people in here, how they go with this. But I'm really excited for Miss Marvel Kamala Khan. Ballistic Bambi, what's going on?
A lot of fun. Like, I'm surprised.
I see you.
Cool this show looks. I'm very interested to see how they reinvent Kamala Khan's character, because there's been a lot of controversy with her power change. She no longer has this stretch enlargement, but instead has like cosmic-like abilities from what we've seen from concept art. And with the footage they're showing here, I like the changes they've made. But probably the one that was my absolute...
They said they changed her powers for the show. I'm already mad. I went from excited to pissed off now. I'm like, what? They changed her. His first iteration of Moon Knight, he's white, but his successor is black. I'm not familiar with Moon Knight. I'm gonna get brushed up on Moon Knight. But listen, Bambi, I'm good. How are you doing? I'm good. We're going through these Disney Plus announcements. They do not need to change Kamala Khan's powers. I don't know why they doing that. But we'll see. Spectre. Shout out to Spectre on YouTube. Oh, let me show Spectre some love. Oh man, my damn soundboard. Spectre on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, or if you're watching me right now, if you have not subscribed to me on YouTube, if you have not followed me on Twitch or Facebook,
make it so.
Make it so. All right, let's get back to it.
Favorite out of the entire event is our first little teaser footage for the She-Hulk show with a brand new logo, and man, I can't wait. Jennifer Walters.
Really? He stopped right there. I ain't mad, but I just wanted y'all to point out that he stopped right there in his video. She-Hulk, I'm on the fence about. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not like, oh snap, She-Hulk. Because her powers didn't go well in the Avengers game, she's the least played character. But Kamala Khan is such a in the comics, she's such a dope character. Like, oh my goodness. She's such a dope character in the comics. Don't tell me the Marvel Avengers game fucked her up. Made people not like her, because the comics are awesome. Kamala Khan's comics are awesome. If you have not read them, go read them. I do not want to link the site that I use. I would say if you want the site, I'm not gonna link it. I'm not gonna link it here in the chat or anywhere. If you do want that site that I use to read comics, hit me in Discord, and I will send it to you. But I'm not gonna link it anywhere here because legalities and stuff. But hit me on Discord. That's a Discord there, and I'll send it to you if you want it. You can read all the comics you want. You can read the Kamala Khan comic and come to the same conclusion that I came to, that it's dope. But okay, let's get back to it.
In just those little sneak peeks of what she's going to be looking like,
her powers look
her
goofy.
She-Hulk form look really great. They even have aspects of her costume down really good with the white and purple. They don't give you a full look of her, but you can tell she looks really awesome. We also see Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, in there, who actually is moving his arm pretty freely and safely. So it looks like maybe he recovers from his injury in Endgame, as he's kind of helping his cousin out deal with her.
He always recovered from injury. Just took him out. Squirrel Girl is the best. Squirrel Girl is the best. Fight me, Squirrel Girl.
Listen to the old Hulk live-action TV series back in the day, where they even give off the catchphrase of "Don't make me angry."
Now, Bambi, the fact that you even know about Squirrel Girl is amazing. So, you either did one or two things if you know about Squirrel Girl. Either one, you read them comics, or two, you watched all the little mini series on Disney Plus. My Squirrel Girl cosplay is excellent. Oh man, you're gonna have to link me to that. I've read some.
I love the
There's the only two ways you would know about Squirrel Girl. You have to have actually read the comic or the Disney Plus stuff.
With Marvel.
You
One of the
watch.
first things they revealed right off the bat in meme form is that they will.
Now, the next thing, X-Men 1997. They're bringing back the X-Men, the popular X-Men show from the 90s, and they're going to continue somewhat with that art style and continue the show. Now, here's the thing about this is I feel like, oh yeah, look, it's on my Instagram. Oh, I think do I got you, Ballistic Bambi? Do I got you on my Instagram? Instagram. Because you're not a mod, so you can't drop the links. Ballistic Bambi has, oh wow, Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. So this is Ballistic Bambi's Squirrel Girl cosplay. For those of y'all who don't want to see it, make sure y'all stay in her account, Ballistic Bambi on Instagram. That's the Squirrel Girl joint. Oh man, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Oh man, that's dope. Yeah, you only know, but yeah, I know about Squirrel Girl because I read the comics, but I know a lot of people know about Squirrel Girl because they did the little cartoon miniseries on Disney Plus. So I know there's a lot of folks that know about her because of that. But I knew about her from reading Kamala Khan and Jessica Chavez. Oh, America Chavez, excuse me, America Chavez. Yeah, so if you go on Disney Plus, they have the America Chavez, Kamala Khan like cartoons on there, and Squirrel Girl's on there, and she's her and they're best friends. They're best friends, as you know. So Squirrel Girl's on there a lot, and she's hilarious on there too. She's funny. So if you have Disney Plus, go watch that. But that's how I know a lot of people know about Squirrel Girl. So when you say you knew about Squirrel Girl, I was like, yo, there's only two ways you would have known. You actually read everything, or the cartoon. So now I know you read the stuff. So I'm like, wow, because you didn't even know about the cartoons. But I know a lot of folks like how Kid Danger knows about Squirrel Girls, the cartoons. So back to this. I feel like this is nostalgia bait. I feel like this is nostalgia bait. I feel like I want this to win. I feel like pretty much I want this to succeed. I want this to be good. I feel like they're gonna fuck it up somehow. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I feel like this is nostalgia bait and they're gonna fuck this up. And I don't want it to I don't want it to suck. But it's just like, and then what I know about this is that they're only bringing back two of the voice actors, and they're bringing back one of the voice actors from the original. Because I think they're bringing back one of the voice actors from the original, and only two of the people from the original that worked on it, on the creative team. They're only bringing back two of those people, and they're only consulting. So I'm like, they have no say on what goes on. They're consulting. They're consulting them on this series. And I'm sitting here like, I feel like y'all gonna fuck this up somehow. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm waiting to see. The 2023 is when it's gonna come out. Let's hope and pray they don't mess this up. But what I know for sure is they only brought back one voice actor so far. They only brought back two people from the original team from the 90s. And that's it. And I was like, because there's a guy who a lot of people don't like. This guy named Eric July, who said, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. He's like, yo. And he made great points, but he was just like, yo, I'm not falling for this. Like, they're probably going to mess this up. They're more likely to mess this up than to make this good. But, Disney, but everybody's excited about this. What I want y'all to do is let them know, like, hey, you need to bring back the original team or bring back a lot of people from the original team to make this work. But he said, yo, Disney loves he said, yo, a lot of these companies like force feeding us nostalgia. He was like, don't fall for it. And I was like, oh, shit. So when I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, they're more likely to mess this up. Because sometimes it's hard to capture lightning in a bottle twice. You got to remember, too, I don't know if y'all remember they canceled another X-Men series for this series. I don't know if a lot of people remember that. So there was an X-Men series that they based. So no, the popular X-Men arcade game was going to be based on original X-Men. So the X-Men arcade game was going to be based on a show that they canceled, and then they went 2 years later and made this show. So, hold on, I got that for y'all here. So, if you remember the old X-Men arcade game from back in the day, right? They based it on this show here. So this is the pilot episode of it.
Don't worry, Kitty. As Colossus,
they canceled it. Some creative differences. They canceled it, so it's only this one episode. But they made a whole game and merchandise and everything off of it. And then they canceled it. 2 years later, they made the X-Men show, the Fox Kids show that we all know and love.
Into powerful bolts of light.
But yeah.
Nightcrawler.
So if you've played the X-Men arcade game, you see the artwork and stuff is familiar to you.
Teleportation. That's Wolverine with razor-like adamantium claws. They're tough enough to slice through.
So I don't think that's something that a lot of people knew, that they had canceled a show to make that show. So what I'm saying, the point I'm making is it's going to be hard to capture lightning in a bottle twice with this show, because this show went through a lot. There's a whole backstory about how this show almost got canceled like 1,000,000 times too. And you know, Stan Lee was, and then on top of that, Stan Lee was directly writing for the show. Stan Lee was directly writing for this show, so that's another thing. Because this is around the time when Marvel was, before Marvel, when Marvel was about to go bankrupt and stuff. So Stan Lee was like working on whatever could make money. He was like directly like, okay, I'm working on Spider-Man, I'm working on this, all this stuff. A lot of that 90s stuff, Stan Lee was directly working on, because Marvel was trying to generate money. So he was rolled up his sleeves, he was hands-on with everything. He directly was writing for the show. Like, he didn't a lot of times, he was hiring people to do. No, Stan Lee was directly writing for this show. He was directly writing for the Spider-Man Fox Kids show. He was directly writing for the Fantastic Four. He was like writing the episodes himself. Like, I mean, with a team, of course, but he was writing the episodes, especially this show. This show in particular, he was writing directly. So, and of course, God rest his soul, Stan Lee has passed away. So it's going to be hard to see if they're going to be able to recapture all of that. It was so much adversity it was going through at the time.
Since the show did end,
so they were working really hard to make all these shows good.
Awesome. I love that animated show as a kid, so I'm definitely going to be checking out some of these newer episodes with updated.
So I'm hoping that I'm wrong.
They confirmed that What If will be getting a second season. I like
What If. I gotta finish this. I didn't finish the first season of this. I read these comics though, so I think that's why I've kind of been like,
one thing that made me absolutely wild and happy as a Spider-Man fan is they announced Marvel Studios will be making their own animated Spider-Man series. Now, of course, I would have loved
a lot of people excited for this.
3 of Spectacular Spider-Man, as that kind of right now is my favorite animated Spider-Man show. But hopefully they
Spider-Man freshman year, and then we don't know if this is going to be a Miles Morales thing.
Be awesome. It's titled
but I think
Spider-Man
it's going to be Peter Parker.
That little Disney Plus video that you can
so we'll see.
On their app, they did go
no, yeah, I think it's going to be Peter Parker. I think if it was Miles Morales, they would have just said that, and then everybody and their mama would have told me about it.
In the MCU, and it'll be
Don't alert working on a grant application. I appreciate you, Bambi.
And how he started off in
I appreciate you
so
coming through, showing some love.
To see the origins of Tom Holland Spider-Man, we're finally gonna get to see them in animated form, and look, that's exciting, but also very hesitant to see how that goes. For one, I think this is really awesome because now we'll get to see a struggling Spider-Man before he met Tony Stark and how he was poor and had to do everything on his own. Because
they needed to stop doing Spider-Man origin, so they're gonna do it in the animated story. So what they're gonna do is do it in the animated series and be like, okay, yeah, so this is the backstory, and we're gonna continue forward Spider-Man. Because I think Spider-Man has great stories going forward, but they keep doing that. They keep doing the origin.
Confirmed some new stuff with people like Echo getting her own Disney
Echo
Plus series.
Echo getting her own series didn't make any fucking sense to me. I know half of y'all watching are like, who the fuck is Echo? Who the hell is that? Exactly. Who the hell is Echo? Nobody knows who Echo is. avid comic book reader, and probably Fire Oni, who's also in the chat, avid comic book reader. We were both probably like, who the fuck is that? I had no idea. I had to look her up. Apparently, she was a henchman for. She was the daughter of one of. She was the daughter of one of the Kingpin's henchmen that had powers, and Ray up what's going on. That Echo was a woman that was the daughter of one of Kingpin's henchmen that had powers, and she had the same powers as Taskmaster, where she can mimic anything, mimic any movement, any power, anything. So that's why they call her Echo. That was her power. So Kingpin wanted to use that to his advantage to, get rid of his enemies. So in the story, Kingpin kills her father and then says, we need to find out who killed your father. Like, pretty much was like, you work with me and I help you find your father's killer. But I need you to work with me and help kill my enemies, pretty much. Like look, you're going to be my henchman now, but I'm going to help you find who killed your father, even though Kingpin's the one that did it. And it was a very short-lived comic and storyline.
Echo is set to premiere in the Hawkeye series.
It's going to be too politically correct. Remember, Jean Rogue Storm looks sexy as hell. Oh, yeah. They gonna have to change. They gonna have to change that because the Me Too people and the feminists is gonna be like,
From what I understand, this show is really just supposed to reintroduce
they're not gonna like that shit.
Daredevil characters before they get their own
They
show.
was
So
they was
we'll see
drawing
how
very
this goes.
voluptuously.
It's crazy how some of these obscure characters are just getting.
That's why people were so mad when the movie came out and Rogue looked the way she looked.
Ironheart series. Now remember, this will be the character Riri Williams who will be introduced in Black Panther 2, titled Wakanda Forever.
Ironheart. I keep stopping, but yeah. Because I got to talk about these things. Ironheart. I loved this comic. Ironheart is about Rihanna Williams. She was a kid that was in Chicago that became the female Iron Man. And the comic is really good. Like I said, if you want the link to the comic website that I use, you'll hit me on Discord. The Discord is in the chat. I'll link it again. I'm not gonna link it here. I'm not gonna link it here in the chat. Legality. But if you want the website, because it's a backdoor website, hit me on Discord. I will send it to you if you want that. It's a free website that you can read any comic that you want. But hit me on Discord. I'll send you the link. Dude, you know me. I understand. So finally, just hit me on Discord if you want it. That's all. I'll send it to you. That's why I read these comics. Ironheart is a really good comic. Ironheart was a really good comic. Really good story. So I'm glad this is getting an animated series. The story is really good. And I hope they don't water it down because it's her backstory is tragic. So I hope they don't water it down too much because that's what made it so good. And of course, Rihanna Williams Ironheart is a black girl that lives in Chicago, becomes a female Iron Man, and she's a super genius. So I'm hoping that they continue it. What they didn't announce that I'm surprised that I didn't hear an announcement for yet is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. They have not talked about that yet. Ironheart is going to be a good one, though.
After her introduction in Black Panther 2,
that's another black girl, super smart, and she learns and she gets powers.
The background made of iron. Not a show I'm too crazy about, but hopefully after I see her in Black Panther 2, I'll be over the moon for this. After that, we got the confirmation from the rumors we've been hearing.
I don't know who asked for this.
Will be getting her own Disney Plus series.
This is what I call Disney squeezing
House of Heart.
The orange out of everything that they have.
A lot of controversy amongst fans because they don't think Agatha deserves.
This is what I call Disney squeezing the orange out of everything they have. Because I'm looking at like,
okay, Agatha has been in the MCU for many, many years. At least that's what we know from WandaVision. That she's been around. Who wanted an Agatha
House of Harkness?
Show us the history of the MCU and all the different.
Who wanted this? Who wanted this show?
Has been around and some of the chaos it's caused. But I understand some people not being too.
I feel like
confused
If
why
y'all
she's
don't
on the
release
show.
this around
Marvel then
Halloween,
went
it's
ahead
not
and
gonna
confirmed
live.
that Marvel
This too.
Zombies
Marvel
will be
Zombies is
getting
another
an
one.
animated series.
Release it
Over
around
again,
Halloween,
this will be a
otherwise it's not gonna
continuation
live.
from what they
Like,
did in the What If
those are
episode
two
of
show people
Marvel
are kind of
Zombies,
like,
or this will be something brand new. I'm kind of hoping
Huh?
it's something brand new on its own and not a continuation of what they did in What If, because although that episode was really cool, I'd rather have
Marvel
what they did in the
Zombies
comic
and I Got
books
Heart
with
This
Marvel Zombies.
had to
Have
be
that
released
booster.
around
It's cool that they
Halloween.
kept the original
Otherwise,
logo,
it doesn't
and I
make
hope
sense
the
to me.
series is cool.
That's the
Now
only
we got
reason
a
why
brand new
I would
logo
feel
for
it.
show.
I
We
would
already
feel
knew
like
it was
this.
up and coming.
Secret
Secret
Invasion.
is
They're making it a
starring again
series.
Nick Fury and
So, I was telling people about Secret Invasion was that in the comics there's a whole storyline with the Skrulls. There's a whole storyline with the Skrull people, the green folks that was in Captain Marvel and stuff. There's a whole storyline in the comics with them. And I was saying, like, I'm not sure what they're gonna do as far as the MCU, but the Skrulls was also a long storyline too, that they could do. They could do a whole 10-year run with the Skrulls too if they wanted to. But they're gonna make it a series, and I guess they're gonna flesh it out like that, which also makes sense. But if they were gonna do movies, they can do. It's an easy 3 movies. Yeah, the Skrulls. Yeah, they could do an easy 3 of. I would say they could do a good 6 if they stretch. If they stretch it out. You know what I'm saying? They could do 6, but 3. If they do 3-hour movies, yeah, they could do. They could do that. The Skrulls was like, because the Skrulls, what end up happening with the Skrulls is that they start taking over people in government. So like I think one of the Skrulls was the president. Another Skrull was like, they start taking over being world leaders. One Skrull was the president. There was a couple of them that were prime ministers in other countries and all that stuff. 6 is too many, just hit the main part. Shit, the way Disney squeezing the orange out of everything. You see all the shit they announced? Shit that I'm like, y'all don't gotta do that. But they squeezing the juice out of everything that they fucking own. Might as well fucking do 6 movies. Fuck. Disney squeezing the fuck out of everything they got. Squeezing all the fucking juice out of the orange, bro. I'm telling you, I'm like, damn. So Secret Invasion, they're gonna do that. What I know they're gonna do, I think we won't see this till close to 2030, is Secret Wars. Everybody's been saying like, yo, when are they gonna do Secret Wars? I'm like, they got everybody now. They got the missing part for Secret Wars was X-Men, and they have them now. So I'm like, they can do Secret Wars, and they still can do They can still do Fantastic Four over, and maybe do it right, and they can still do X-Men over and maybe do it better. Like, they got some shit they can do. And the way Disney going, we gonna get all of that. Disney squeezing the fuck out of everything they got.
Talos, who was a Skrull introduced in Captain Marvel. This sweet logo, green and purplish, kind of fitting in with those.
So they're gonna do Secret Invasion.
That's pretty awesome. And really, that was all that was kind of revealed. It was
like, if
such
they do
a
Secret
weird
Wars,
day
I'm
of
gonna jump up and
events,
down
the way
for
they
joy.
decided to release
That's gonna
everything
be
was
fun.
just dropping it without real information, actual release dates, cast members involved, plot synopsis. It's just logos and Disney telling you this is coming to our platform, so you should be a subscriber. It was handled very awkwardly, but hey, I'm excited nonetheless. I want to hear from you guys. What was your favorite thing announced for Disney Plus Day?
Hugh
What are you
Jackman's a
most
hard
excited
person to
for?
replace.
What are you least excited for? I'd be happy to hear all your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But
Check
as
this
always,
out. I'm gonna take a short bathroom break, y'all. Just gotta go pee real quick. I'll be right back. We're gonna talk about Hugh Jackman in a second, but I gotta use the bathroom. I will be right back, folks. I'm gonna turn this music up. Don't go nowhere. Be right back. I'm back, folks. So I had to go use the bathroom. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all all being here. So I didn't really update y'all on my health and everything before we get into Hugh Jackman. So what's going on with me? For those of y'all that don't know, I tore my I tore a tendon in my right elbow. Yeah, I tore the tendon that connects the upper part of your arm to the lower part of your arm on my bicep. So the distal bicep tendon, I tore that bowling with my family. I was using a heavy ball and I was throwing it hard as hell. I threw a strike before I tore it, but I tore it off the bone, so I needed surgery. So I had surgery last week Tuesday, so I've been home recovering. Like all last week I didn't go to work. I worked for the first time today from home. I have to work from home until further notice. I'm on pain medication, which I do not like taking because it makes me really drowsy. It makes me really sleepy. It makes me not want to do anything when I take it. It's to the point where, like, if I take it, I either gotta not be working, or if I have to work, because like this morning I had to take it. So this morning I had to drink some green tea behind it, or some coffee, something like, what I noticed is I have to drink some caffeine, something high in caffeine behind it. Otherwise, it's gonna put me right to sleep. Like within 30 minutes, I'm gonna be knocked out. Like it just knocks me straight out. They got me on Percocet for a painkiller, so it knocks me clean the fuck out. And when I notice is if I don't do that, I'm going to sleep. That's pretty much what happens. I'm going to sleep. Like so, so like this morning, I took it, drank some green tea, ate some food. I was fine. So, like, and I haven't taken it again since then. Like today, like if I needed some, like today, all I took the one pill this morning, and then I took some ibuprofen like throughout the day to manage pain, because it's not painful anymore. Like it's not really that much painful. But it does feel real stiff sometimes. It doesn't really hurt anymore. It just starts to feel stiff. And I'm not really wearing a like the last stream 3 days ago I was wearing a sling. Like today I haven't worn my sling at all. So it's one of those things where it's just like I'm getting used to moving the arm around and all that stuff, and like without any pain. But like pain medication puts me to sleep, and I don't like that, how it just knocks me right out. So I gotta like not be doing. I gotta be like not having anything planned. You're like, I gotta do this. I better not take it, otherwise I'm gonna be down for the count. So that's what's going on with me. I still have stitches in. I got the stitches out the day before Thanksgiving, and then I can start doing some more hard body stuff. I think I'm healing faster than I'm supposed to, because I don't think I'm supposed to be even able to move the arm as much as I've been moving it. But I've been moving it without any real issues or not a lot of pain. So either I'm healing faster than I thought, or the pain medication's working faster. I mean, I think yesterday I only took Motrin. I only took ibuprofen for it, and that was it. I didn't take the drink that they gave me, so we'll see. That's the injury update, folks. That's the injury update. I'll share my thoughts more tomorrow on my social media, like what I've been going through, all that stuff. So it'll be all on my social media. Hugh Jackman. So we said we was gonna talk about this. There was another video I wanted to watch, but it has has nothing to do with what we were talking about, so I'll leave that for another day. Hugh Jackman's been Wolverine for like 20 years, man. He's been Wolverine for 20 years. I know he said I know he's going back and forth on whether he'll play Wolverine again. Like there's been times where he's like, "Yo, I'll play Wolverine," and then there's been times where he's like, "Nah, you know what? I'm done." And then like and us the fans have been like, "Yo, we understand if you don't want to play him anymore. Like, we understand. Like, you've played him for 20 years, like, and you've done a good job. Like, if you decide to hand up, we're fine with it." So, but he's going back and forth with whether he wants to do it or not. Like, there's been times where he said, "I'll come back," and then there's been other times where he was like, "Nah, I'm straight." And I think the real reason why he said he wanted to come back, because that makes him a part of the MCU, and he just like, "Yo, I would love to be a part of that." So I think that's why he was like actually considering it. But we won't know until they come out with another X-Men movie and they need to cast Wolverine again. We really won't know until they need to cast Wolverine again. I remember I heard something like they wanted who's the two people they said that were replaced. Matter of fact, maybe there's a video for that. Who could replace you? Oh, so there is a video for this. So let's watch that. This should be fun. The top 10 actors who should become the new Wolverine. So let's watch this and get our thoughts. I didn't expect this to be a whole just chatting stream today, but I said I was going to play Godfall.
When it comes time to pass the torch,
we'll see.
Adamantium Claws, we believe these actors would be more than capable of taking on the mantle of Marvel's most badass mutants. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who should become the new Wolverine.
I come from nothing, and before long I will return to nothing. Let me kill this man for you.
Hugh Jackman confirmed that the upcoming third Wolverine movie would be his final performance as the legendary X-Man. Of course, that doesn't mean an end for Wolverine himself, and for this list, we'll be looking at the male actors who we believe could take on the role of this iconic character.
I used to think you were one of a kind, Wolverine. I was wrong.
Number 10, Michael Shannon.
This council has been disbanded.
Aside from being almost indestructible,
really?
Wolverine is a deeply traumatized character whose emotional scars run deep. Who better to bring out the wounded and primal side of this animal more than General Zod himself? Not really known for playing upbeat and civil kinds of characters, Michael Shannon's roles in Man of Steel and 99 Homes can show that he can pull off ruthless and rage-filled, which is ideal when your character needs to go berserk at a moment's notice.
You think I'm crazy? Huh? Is that what he told you?
However, the real appeal comes from how well he captures pain and loss, something integral to Logan just as much as his brutality.
I was bred to be a warrior, Captain.
Okay, I like this pick.
Trained my entire life.
It wasn't something that I thought of
after my sentence.
offhand, but
Where did you train? On a farm?
Number 9, Scott Eastwood.
You ready for this? We'll see.
While he's better known as a supporting actor in large-scale features like Fury, Gran Torino, and Suicide Squad, the son of legendary actor Clint Eastwood could provide a fresh face for the character, providing Logan with a more youthful look. We've seen hints that he can play a rather beaten and violent individual in smaller roles, but given the chance, we think he could reinvigorate the aged X-Man. He's young enough to play Wolverine at almost any point in his life, so he could be brought into any timeline with relative ease.
It's all I know.
these are good picks.
Number 8, Mikhail Hausman.
I can see him as Wolverine too.
He made us fall in love with Dario Naharis in Game of Thrones, so why not give him a shot as Wolverine? As Dario Naharis, he showed off that he's very much at home with effortless charm and kicking all kinds of ass, which is what Wolverine does on a minute-to-minute basis. We have no doubt that he could also bring some of the more somber aspects of the character to life, but in all honesty, we just love to see him breaking some heads, letting out snide remarks, and more than likely betting one of his fellow ex-ladies before the day is done. Besides, he's already got the hair down.
Are you here to see our queen?
I don't know. Something.
She's in a good mood.
Something.
Number 7,
I
Scott
don't know.
Adkins.
I don't know about him.
You're not the real champion here.
The majority of this actor's filmography tends to lean towards the B-movie side of things, his most well-known role being that of Russian fighter Yuri Boyka in the Undisputed franchise. Why would we throw him in the ring for a chance to take on Wolverine's title? Because the man is an absolute beast. His fighting prowess and physique can't be denied. You need look no further than his fight scenes to show that he could easily bring out the
I worry about if he has
most
the acting.
violent side.
I mean, how much
Though
acting
instead
you
of
really have
Claus,
to do with
we think
superhero movies,
Adkins
though?
would rack up quite the cinematic body count.
I think he has the look, maybe not the
Number
chops.
6, Charlie Hunnam.
I don't know what
And
to
then
say.
how much acting you really need to do in the movies, though?
Still don't.
As Jax in Sons of Anarchy, we were presented with a deeply flawed human being who, despite his bad decisions and
This is not an
tendencies to
actor
find
I'm
himself on the wrong
familiar
side
with.
of the law,
I never saw
will
Sons of
do for
Anarchy.
his family.
Clean yourself up, Jax.
In Pacific Rim, we were given a natural lead whose determination and charisma never fell out of place, despite the lighthearted feel of the movie.
Pacific Rim. He was in that.
All in all, Hunnam knows how to portray a broken character and knows how to have fun too. That's a recipe for Wolverine if we ever heard one.
He's not selling me either.
Number 5, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Watched my sister. Too long have you haunted her steps.
That'll be my pick.
He's already breathed new life into one iconic badass, so why not another? Urban has already shown his talent in cinematic masterpieces like the Lord of the Rings trilogy,
This will be my
as well
pick.
as reboots like the Star Trek series. But we really have to shine light on his interpretation of Dredd, the role that finally gave the gritty, futuristic judge the respect it deserved.
I'm wondering when you'd remember you left your helmet behind.
Sir, a helmet can interfere with my psychic abilities.
I think a bullet might interfere with them more.
The darkness of the character, his stone-cold approach to killing, his ability to speak to the source material, Urban just keeps ticking the boxes in what would make a great Wolverine. In fact, he's one of the few that we think could actually pull off the character's classic costume.
I may throw up on you.
I think these things are pretty safe.
Don't pander to me, kid. One tiny crack in the hull and our blood boils in 13 seconds.
Number 4, Joel Edgerton.
You're gonna get yourself
Carl
killed.
Urban would be my pick.
I mean, you're a goddamn teacher. You got no business in the ring with those animals.
Actually, I used to be one of those animals.
This actor has more than proved he's a Hollywood heavyweight with roles like Black Mass and The Gift, reflecting that he can play a tormented soul lurking on the fringe of society. Fully encapsulating the lone wolf element Wolverine is known for, the role that really brings him to the forefront is that of Brendan Cullen in Warrior, where he showed that he can
Dredd all the way.
walk up to an obscene degree.
Carl
but
Urban
also
would be
that
my
even
pick.
The nicest of guys can be a badass.
Brendan Cullen is going to hit finishes right here. Very, very dangerous business.
Warrior was a very good movie.
It's pretty much assured that if he were to slip into Logan's shoes, that we would get a character just as likely to reflect on past pains as he is to snap a man in half.
But I wouldn't pick him.
Richard Armitage.
I wouldn't pick him. I wouldn't pick him for
Easy to
Wolverine.
find. I lost my way twice.
You might know him for his towering performance as the short-statured Thorin Oakenshield in the Hobbit trilogy, and while that showed that he could easily channel the flawed hero archetype, his work on the small screen is where he really shines. He fluctuated between sinister and sympathetic as Guy of Gisborne in Robin Hood, and was downright terrifying as Francis Dollarhide in Hannibal.
You tremble. Fear is not what you owe me. You owe me.
As far as portraying men with shattered psyches trying to contain their inner monsters, he has quite the extensive list of qualifications, and we'd be more than happy for him to let Wolverine.
I don't see it with him either.
Number 2, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's a good pick.
They cannot touch me.
Tom Hardy's a good pick.
They are long dead.
Charles Bronson, Bane, Max, the Cray twins. This man has brought them all to life and put his own stellar spin on each of these real-life and fictional icons. And we feel that his take on the Wolverine would be no different.
This has cost you strength. Victory has defeated you.
We've all seen just how intense he can be physically. Look no further than The Dark Knight Rises and Warrior, where he broke all kinds of bones. Of course, he's got the charm to match, and seeing Tom Hardy with a pair of adamantium claws would be pretty friggin' epic.
Tom Hardy's a really good pick, bro.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
John Berthorn, no, but John Berthorn played Punisher to Tito. Like, I can't see anybody else being Punisher. Like, that's how good he did Punisher. What they say? It was on Liam McIntyre. No, Spartacus. Still Dread no matter what. Gerard Butler, very good pick. I could see him doing that. Gerard Butler being an honorable mention don't make no damn sense to me.
Number 1, Hugh Jackman.
Did they just say Hugh Jackman? What? What kind of fuck? I'm not even finished yet. I gotta see what their reasoning is for this. But what? This list was supposed to be people not Hugh Jackman. Okay, Hugh Jackman's gonna hang. The beginning of the video was like, yeah, he's gonna hang it up. He said he's not doing it no more. Who can be the new Wolverine?
Trust me, I know how these things play out.
Oh, because you're from the future.
Oh, this could be. Remember, okay. Maybe this is why they did this. I said this in the beginning. That Hugh Jackman said he said he was done. He said he was done. But then Disney bought Fox. So then now X-Men, if they make another one, is going to be part of the MCU. Hugh Jackman said, "Oh shit, I would love to be a part of the MCU. I want to be a part of all that." So he was reconsidering his position on being Wolverine again. Like, he was thinking about playing Wolverine again just so he can be a part of the MCU because he wanted to be a part of it. So maybe this is why he's number 1 on this list. Let's see.
No. Because of these.
Seriously, all those other guys. Hugh Jackman still is Wolverine.
You wanna shoot me? Shoot me!
Are we cheating here? Absolutely. It's just that we're not prepared to see our favorite actor from Down Under.
Yeah, fucking cheating.
Just yet.
You took my life. You make it sound as if I stole something from him. As I recall, it was you who volunteered for the procedure.
For over a decade, he's been tearing bad guys apart and setting the trend for other superheroes to follow. He is one of the few people we have to thank for the current explosion of quality superhero films, and it's almost criminal to have to see him go right as the genre is beginning to peak, especially now that Deadpool has finally entered the arena.
Oh, hello. I know, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie?
Side note, Ryan Reynolds, another example of owning the character. Ryan Reynolds was so good as Deadpool. Who else could have done it? Like, there's certain people that, like, so for instance, like, we kind of look at Hugh Jackman as Wolverine because he owned that character. Ryan Reynolds did the same thing with Deadpool. Who else could play Deadpool? If Ryan Reynolds dropped dead today and they said, okay, we got a new Deadpool movie coming out, who would play Deadpool? Like, that would be very hard to recast. Just like they're going to have difficulty with Wolverine. Like, he owned that character too. But we're talking about Hugh Jackman now.
I can't tell you, but it does rhyme with Pulverine.
So, do you agree with our list? Which actor named Hugh Jackman do you think would make the best Wolverine?
Answer correctly.
With new top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You and I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, like, they definitely cheated with that list, bro. I'm gonna put Hugh Jackman as number one. Like, bruh, we know that he's the man. As far as that, like, unbelievable. But here's my picks though. Number one, Carl Urban. Carl Urban should be the new Wolverine to me. Carl Urban, Tom Hardy, Carl Urban, if Keenan Michael Key start to hit the gym and spend a year training, maybe. Oh, for Deadpool, that would be a real interesting twist. So, let's see. Carl Urban, number one. My top pick. Tom Hardy, number two, to play Wolverine. Number three, I would put Gerard Butler. I don't even know why he was honorable mention on that shit. Gerard Butler would be number three to me. Scott Eastwood would be number four. He looked like he could play the character really well. Lupin, nah. Keegan Michael Key, you mean Dave Chappelle's Scrap Eater? Lupin, what's going on, man? He's funny, so he could pull it off. And those are my top. Out of the people on that list, those are the four that I think could do the new Wolverine. Carbon would be my top pick. I saw it one time. They said I'm good. I finally caught you before I got on. Thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you. They said, and I was like, it was a stretch to me. They said the person that could play the new Wolverine was Daniel Radcliffe. Carl Urban's and everything. Yeah, and then he's already on The Boys, so I don't know if he's going to be able to do both. But I heard somebody say Daniel Radcliffe, and then they showed a picture of Daniel Radcliffe next to Hugh Jackman, and I was like, maybe. We just think of him as Harry Potter. So that's why everybody was like, oh no. But people was like, yo, if Harry Potter, and that's the whole thing, they said if Harry Potter gets in the gym, he could play the role. I'm like, I don't know. I think the whole Harry Potter stigma will get him. I mean, one of the co-stars whose show did better than the Chappelle show. Malfoy first. Well, then again, Wolverine was short in the comics. Because one of the things they said about Hugh Jackman, like, Hugh Jackman is tall. He can't be playing Wolverine. Because Wolverine in the comics is real short. Even on the shows they've done, you sure Hugh Jackman was like 6'2" or something like that. Yeah, no, Hugh Jackman's 6'3". So I remember when they said Daniel Radcliffe couldn't play him, and I was like, yo, you know that Wolverine's actually short in the comics. Yeah. Wolverine in comics is 5'4", and Daniel Radcliffe. Hold on, I'll show y'all. Daniel Radcliffe is 5'5". That'd be perfect. Yeah, Hugh Jackman up there with Hugh Jackman like my height. I'm like, shit. I didn't even know he was that tall. Yeah. Man, Harry Potter is 5'5" and shit, so. But they were saying he could play Wolverine. Or maybe there's a mock-up for him. But I've seen that. I've seen that said a bunch of times, but it was like he could play Wolverine. Look at this mock-up they did of him. Yeah, he got to bulk up. He ain't that big, bruh. Like even this picture here, see, he would have to bulk up a lot from here. Like, you know, a lot of these bodybuilders and stuff, like the big bodybuilders that you see, they start out looking like this. They start out extra small and tiny like this. Like, I know 2 bodybuilders that were like real fat dudes, and then they became swole and ripped. But a lot of bodybuilders start out like this. They start out with this super skinny frame like that, and then they bulk up. Like, they don't fucking... I know 2 bodybuilders that were like really small. So like he would have to... But so it's going to be easy for him to put that on. Why not Jesse Spencer? I don't know who Jesse Spencer is. This dude, he got too much. He got too much of a baby face. He got too much of a baby face. He look like he should be playing Cyclops or something. He too much of a baby face to play Wolverine. Bill Spencer, Chicago Fire. Yeah, he can't play Wolverine. He can't play Wolverine. Nah. Because they had like in the video we just watched, they had like 10 people in there, and only 4 of them, I would say, had the look to play Wolverine. Could pull off the Wolverine look. 4 out of the 10 or 12 that they mentioned. Everybody else was kind of like, oh, that's a stretch. I heard Harry Potter too, which I still think is a damn stretch too. Fucking Daniel Radcliffe. Or Daniel Radcliffe is the correct height. But I think that would be a stretch too. Like, people probably wouldn't buy that. Kind of like how people didn't really want to buy Robert Pattinson as Batman. Like, they're kind of like, fucking Twilight dude? Tom Hardy is in my top 3. Tom Hardy could pull that off. Tom Hardy could definitely pull off Wolverine, man. Tom Hardy could definitely pull off Wolverine. So, we'll see. I'm looking at. Okay. Had to. I'm about to get into I'm actually trying to start up Godfall right now. Tom Hardy's already doing. Oh yeah, he's already doing fucking Venom. They might not want him. Yeah, you're right. Only he like. I get it. He's only out because he's doing Venom, not because he can't do the role. And they're not gonna let him do Venom and. He was on high. What about Michael Weston? I don't know who Michael Weston is. Hold on. I don't know who Michael Weston is. He said he was on House. That's a stretch too. What else was he on? Michael Weston. 6 Feet Under. Pathology, State of Play. Dukes at Hazzard? The fuck? Movies? Nah, Michael Weston, nah. I don't see it. That's a stretch. That's a stretch, though. I don't think he could pull off the look. Then again, we're still waiting on whether Twilight Dude can pull off Batman. Everybody keeps saying that he can. Oh, yeah, he could be Batman. He could be Batman. I'm like, I don't see it. Well, right now he is Batman, so we'll see. I felt like Ben Affleck actually pulled it off. So, you know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong again. I don't know. But I feel like whoever becomes the new Wolverine has to knock it out the park, yo. They have to. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. David Boreanaz. I'm looking him up too. I didn't show y'all Michael Weston, like, but David Boreanaz. You mean fucking Angel from Buffy and the Vampire Slayer? I tell you watch a lot of TV. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all talk about the dude that was Angel from Buffy and the Vampire Slayer, like her little love interest, and then they gave him his own show or some shit. That was a big dude too, though. That was a big dude too. How big is this dude? Like he's a big guy. He's like 6'1". Maybe, but they probably want somebody younger. He's in his 50s. He's 52. They might want somebody younger, which is why like Carl Urban makes sense. Tom Hardy, well, can't do Tom Hardy anymore. Scott Eastwood makes sense because he's young enough. They said Scott Eastwood might be perfect because he could pull off the look and he's young enough. Scott Eastwood is my age, the same age as me. So yeah, they say he's young enough to pull it off. That's probably what they should get for real talk. Carl Urban, if he's not tied up with the boys, Carl Urban is he's almost 50 himself. I don't know. He's my pick though. He's my pick though. I think Scott Eastwood they probably should pursue him. Scott Eastwood would be a good choice. He's young enough, and you know they said he has the acting chops for it. I never seen him in anything, no. Or wait, hold up. The movies. Let's see the movies that he's done. I haven't seen him in anything, but they keep saying that he has the chops for it. Oh, he was in Suicide Squad. He was in one of the Fast and Furious movies and Pacific Rim. He was in Fury. Oh, he's been doing some acting for a little bit. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's filming a mob movie right now, so we'll see. Carl Urban's he's already the executioner. I'm telling you, it's probably gonna be Scott Eastwood. All things point to my man's. All things point towards Scott Eastwood. Oh yeah, I can't see this. I keep forgetting I gotta do this. I was actually trying to display it, capture it. Hold on. This video. Put this one low. I'm gonna keep it at 1080p. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm a controller player. I can't be on mouse and keyboard with this game for a little bit. It's too much. It's gonna be too much strain. I really need to knock out these stream stones. They've already gotten the perfect cast trifecta. Well, we'll see. We shall see. I said I was getting off at 9. Yeah, so that's like an hour. I didn't eat dinner, and then I gotta get on the phone and all that stuff. Came on right after work. There's still so much I haven't done in this game. When I realized how much I haven't done in this game, I'm like, bruh, what? I didn't do like a whole bunch of stuff. And I was shocked. I'm like, y'all not really hurting. Hold on. It's giving me issues, folks. I've done way less than you. Oh, and you talk about in Godfall? Oh yeah. Lupin, thanks for the host. I appreciate you. Oh man. Go back to this. Turn this off. Game capture. This thing's giving me issues. Hey, y'all back? Let me know if y'all back. Going through a crazy delay right now. I'm wasting a lot of time with these guys. Let me go up. Yeah, it was telling me that that it was reconnecting, the stream failed, all that stuff. That's why I was like, yo, y'all here, y'all here. Cause this game is real tough on your processor. Like everything is turned down. I turned everything down so I can run it. I need a new processor because I know like only 2 games really give me problems like while I'm streaming. So like this game while I'm streaming gives me problems, and of course Battlefield gave me. I couldn't run Battlefield at all, even off stream. So it was a processor issue. So I know I'm like, okay, it's time for a new processor because it's easy to mitigate. If it's a GPU issue, that's easier to like mitigate. Like you can do all types of others. You could do all types of stuff to work around your GPU not being up to par. But not your processor too much. So like if your processor becomes a bottleneck, it's like time to upgrade it, depending on what task you're trying to do. Nope. Really? I know this guy. They're not really doing much damage to me. Like I said, I'm too high of a level right now. So I'm barely even dodging. Like all of this loot and stuff that I get, I can just I'm just salvaging it for resources. So they're planning on doing another. So 2 games I'm surprised are getting an expansion, or they're trying to make more content for it. They're trying to do something more for this game. By the summer. So they said by the summer they're gonna have a new expansion, a new update for this game. They were talking about an expansion. I was like, bro, what? For this game they're gonna do an expansion or something. And Outriders, they dropped something else too. Both games where people played them when they first dropped and then dropped them. So I was surprised that when they announced it, like, yeah, we're gonna start off with we're gonna create some more stuff for this game. I'm like, really? I thought maybe the player numbers aren't as bad as people keep saying they are. I said, oh man, the player numbers for this game suck. So the player numbers for Outriders must be terrible, must be low. And I was like, I don't know. Oh, wait, did I ever post? I just realized something. I don't think I ever posted that video I made. Nope, I never. I made a whole video and didn't post it. We are live right now. I made a video at the beginning of the stream and never posted it to tell people to come that I'm live. And I've been live for almost 2 hours now. They go by Steam numbers. Steam numbers don't mean shit. Oh, I know they don't go by like the stuff on Twitch and YouTube. They go by like maybe stuff on Steam and on console and stuff. They go by those numbers. Like, yeah, people don't stream this game, but how many people are playing in the game? I tell people that all the time. They're like, that game is dead. I'm like, I don't know. They coming out with new stuff for it. Guess it ain't that dead. I didn't parry or block or dodge at all. I tell you, because I'm trying to get through these. These are the dream stones at the end of the game that I never did. But then I did Ascended Tower of Trials. I did Ascended Tower of Trials a lot. Like I ran with my man Sir Blackness a bunch of times. Shout out to Sir Blackness too. I know he's not here, but shout out to him. I ran with Sir Blackness a bunch of times. I ran with some people on Reddit a bunch of times, and so I leveled up all the way to 50 to max level. So like I was like, oh snap! I didn't do the Dream Stones like I was supposed to. So all my Dream Stones on level 30 when they should be at level 50 where I'm at. If I would have did them, they would be at level 50 and I can get better loot right now. Right now I'm getting on level 30 loot, but I'm level 50. So I'm like, it's like, doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense for me to even be grinding them out now. But I gotta get through them so I can get to level 50. So it's gonna be like a long grind. I still gotta beat the Fire Realm too. Fire Realm been kicking my ass. Oh, like 2 hits, that guy's dead. 1 hit, that guy dead. 1 hit, that guy dead. Like, oh, because I didn't come back and do these. This is my heavy. That's my heavy weapon too, though. Even my lighter weapon, like I'm doing. And my weapon's not, and like none of my gear is maxed out either. But oh, I missed them. But yeah, Outriders, I think the update drops tomorrow, they said. The Outriders. They said the 16th, that's tomorrow. So they're going to do the update for Outriders. So it's time to boot that back up. I didn't uninstall Outriders. I know I didn't do everything in Outriders yet. I didn't do a lot of the end game content. I beat the game, and then I had moved on to something else. So there's still a lot of stuff in Outriders I gotta do too. Like in this game, I gotta max out my Ascension level. Still a lot for me to do in this game too. The special package comes out, yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow for that game, we'll see. The hell? Oh. Gotta come back here and explore and find a bunch of shit. Oh yeah. It's so dark in this motherfucker. This is my bulwark character, and then like, there's a lot of grinding in this game, and it's hard to find folks because folks only grind the tower in this game. Like, there needs to be matchmaking on like these missions, but like the only matchmaking is for the ascended tower. Come on, man. They get this one motherfucker so much armor. Okay, let me do my Archon. This is probably the best Archon in the game right there, is that thing. Because it does damage over time like that. Done. Oh. Can't be stopped, baby. Everybody's weak. Everybody's weak over here, though. Like I said, I'm just trying to get through these stuff over here. Heavy combo. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens, boy. I don't care. I enjoy this game. People rag on this game, but I enjoy it. Creation. Sunsteel. Dragonsteel. Okay, I'm gonna close this one out. Yeah, yes, close it out. I'm trying to get to the next Dreamstone. Know how many of these I gotta grind? Like, it's gotta grind 20 of these motherfuckers, yo. Gotta grind a lot of these motherfuckers, so. I literally should just be going straight to the Dreamstone boss, because the loot I'm getting is, it's not even gonna matter. Like, this is the boss of the game here. So just because he's the boss of the game, he's gonna take longer to kill, but he's not really gonna be doing a lot of damage to me. Oh shit, you're doing more damage than I thought though. Hold up, motherfucker, you're doing way too much damage. Yeah. Let's switch to the light. Oop. Really? You stop my whole shit? Nope. 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 What you doing? What you doing, son? Oh, that camera freaked out on me. Nope. Thought you had that. I must have added a real good augment on this shit. And fucking the light weapon doing more damage than the heavy weapon. Damn. He's down. Word? Doing the 8-town stomp while I'm down? Damn. This was a long boss fight though. Ugh. Fucking don't got no primal gear. I have no primal gear. Primal gear is like the most powerful gear in the game. Like a primal legend, like primal. There's primal and then there's primal legendary. So like the most what you want in this game is a primal legendary gear or curse gear, which I don't have either. But if I did, this fight would be a lot shorter. Oh, I didn't even know I could parry that. Shit. Now I do. Oh, I got this Archon, you're done. Out of here. Rat. Boss defeated. Yeah. I see why people like using this one though, because like I said, people like using this Valor plate or this character because he does a lot of damage over time for his passive. So people like to stack that. People like to stack that for max damage and stuff. So this is a good character to use. Still got all these 30s to do. Man, I'm just going straight to the end for some of these shits. So yeah, I gotta fight him again. This is that grind, folks. This is that grind. I did have some streaming topics to talk about. Hold on, I just paused it. I did have some streaming topics. I got a whole list of stuff to do on this stream. So I talked about the Godfall new DLC. They're talking about coming out with that. Let's see. Oh, Xbox. No more backwards compatibility. So Xbox announced today that they have 76 more games with the Xbox backwards compatibility package and stuff. So they're taking some of the old Xbox and Xbox 360 games and bringing them forward to work on Xbox Series X and all that stuff. So they bring all that stuff forward. Like older games they're bringing forward on the newer systems. So Xbox One is going to be able to play all the old stuff in Xbox Series X, all the old stuff too, making everything backwards compatible. I hear Sonic music. Yes, that's on my stream playlist. I have a bunch of select music. Oh shit, I'm getting my ass whooped right now. Because I'm trying to set him up right now. Okay, let's do this. This is Sonic 2 boss music, yup. It's a remix by my man LG. He does music and he remixed a bunch of old games, game music and shit. Yup. It's like I found like even on YouTube some of this game music is safe. Like they don't flag it. So once I realized that they don't flag like this stuff, I started playing it as background music on my stream. So I realized that they don't flag like video game soundtrack music for some reason. Even though it should fall under that same copyright, but YouTube doesn't flag it. They'll flag if you're they'll flag if you play like Michael Jackson or something. They'll flag that. Play some Notorious B.I.G. They'll flag that, but they won't flag Sonic the Hedgehog. So. Oh damn, you fucked me up just now. Didn't think I could counter that, did you? Oh. Yeah, this boss, like when you first fight him, he's like really hard, yo. Cause he has all the powers of all the bosses in the game, and he switches between all the weapons in the game. So in the game, you can only switch between 2 weapons. He'll switch through all 5 or 6 different weapon types in one fight. You're just like, yo, bro, really? Get that Archon. Oh, it's over. Michael did the soundtrack to Sonic 3, not Sonic 2. But yes. And Mike didn't like what Mike wanted to do it over. Mike wanted to do the music over because he said he didn't like. So there was 2 things that happened. Mike claimed that he didn't like, because remember he wasn't originally credited until later on, and Michael Jackson said himself that he didn't like the sound that he was getting out of the Genesis. So so he didn't like the sound he was getting out of Genesis, so he wanted to do it over, and they told him, no, you can't do it over because we got to put the game out. And then his first court case happened where he was accused of child molestation and stuff. So then they tried to separate from Mike after that, the Sega team, because of all the stuff he was accused of. So they was like, nah, we can't. We're gonna have to keep Mike over here. They didn't want to be involved in the stuff that he was being accused of. So they didn't initially say like, hey, Mike was on it. People found out later that Mike was on it.
Chances are hard to come by. But Zenith gave you that chance. That he did.
Okay, this is where you go to like upgrade all your stuff. A lot of this stuff so I'm getting like level 30 stuff, and I'm like, I don't need this. So what I'm doing here is salvaging it or trashing it. Oh, this is level 50 stuff. Level 50 stuff we keep. So that stuff we trash to and so we can get money and stuff. Nobody has this equipped. Like, I don't know why that joint says it's equipped. Everybody has a level 50 gear. Everybody. That joint said level 1. I don't know why I can't salvage that. Not let me. Okay, let's see. Level 30. Okay, this can be salvaged. Okay. Normally I do stuff like this off stream. Like this is like the boring part of it. Augments are important. Make your character stronger. It says I can upgrade, but I can't. See, like this is one of this is the weapon I have equipped, and it's not even all the way upgraded. So imagine like whenever I tried to max it out. It's the epic longsword. Session level, no, nothing yet. Yeah, session level goes all the way to like 300 something or something, like something crazy.
Come on.
Doom Train, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate you. I feel like something got in my eye or something, man. What's going on? Doom Train, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate you. This is part of the fire expansion that I didn't do either. There's a bunch of content in here I didn't do that I thought I did. Hold on a sec, folks. I gotta get something out my eye. I'll be right back. Ugh. I'm here, folks. I'm here. Fuck. That was the weirdest feeling. I just felt like something got in my eye. I'm like, I don't know what that could have been. It's like the weirdest feeling. Oh yeah, I think I was trying to do this the other day, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know where to go." I think I get attacked on this bridge. Yeah. See, everybody here is level 50. Ah, come on, yo. Oh, cause yeah, it's this motherfucker here. It's always in the back, lighting you on fire. You always gotta look for this guy first. Cause he'll just light you on fire. You're like, yo, I'm sitting there fucking dying. I didn't even realize. Too low. Got rid of him. Everybody else is easy. What the hell, man? What time is it? Oh shit! It's almost time for me to get off. Maybe I shouldn't even started this mission. Oh yeah, this is when me running around these little teardrop shits. Now, where you at? Nope. Gotta get you first. You. Come back into the light. Ah. Wasn't watching my health. What else is back here? Oh. Sir Black Nurse. What's up? Could use a carry. Could use a carry, my G. So, yo, Sir Black Nurse. Yo, there's so much shit in this game I haven't done, bruh. I came back and I was like, yo, where the hell did all this content come from? Ascension level 26. But yo, man, there's so much stuff in this game I haven't done, man. Like, I'm still going through the fire expansion. Like, I ain't did that. Where you at? Oh, no, why you running? You almost caught to me. I'm only 35 or something like that. 20. Yo, man. I realized so let me tell you everything I didn't finish. I didn't finish the Dreamstones. I didn't finish Fire expansion or the Light and Darkness pack either. And of course, I'm not max ascension level yet. I have no primal gear. Like none. Not even one thing primal. So I made a list of everything I didn't do in this game, and the list was long. I was like, bruh. I haven't even maxed out all my gear yet. Like, it's so much stuff. So much stuff I haven't done. None of my gear is maxed out either. I haven't been running the tower. That's like the only way to get all your stuff maxed out. So there's more content in this game than you realize. But I think what happens is it gets repetitive. So sometimes you put it down. You're like, because it takes hours and hours to grind through all that stuff. But I gotta say, I still enjoy this game, so that's why I still go through it. Got your ass. I don't mind the grind. This game's so much better with friends. I love the game personally. Yep. You're one of the few people. You're one of the few people I run this game with. Yeah. Like we only ran the game together twice. We've only run this game together twice, and you're the person I've run this game with the most. I know Fire Oni would run this game with me, but he plays on PlayStation. I have it on PC. And it's not cross save or anything. I run this game with you the most, bruh. We've only run with each other twice. Oh, where's dude? Where's dude at? Yep, here you go. Always gotta find this flame blood incinerator first. He'll fuck you up. He'll fuck you up the most. Okay, let's get this down. Tempted to grab it on PS4, no cap. Yo, I was too, man. I was too. Just so, cause I know, just cause like I said, my man Fire Oni was in the chat, who's one of my mods. He would definitely run it with me, cause I know this is the game that he would run with me definitely. And we run Warframe together on PS4 a lot. Oh, come on, bruh. Yeah, I was thinking the sound like I don't know if I can start it over. Bro. Game way too. This game longer than people think. There's a lot of people I know that didn't finish the game because they said they didn't like the grind. They didn't like the grind of it, so a lot of people didn't finish the game. But the starting over part gets to be, I don't know if I can start over. That's the way people feel about Warframe. Like people want to move to PC and stuff, but they didn't want to start over with their progress. So they were just like, nah, I'm good. They like jerking in with guns. That's why they say that.
Yes, keep going up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Warframe, but you know, Warframe is one of my games too. Warframe, outside of like maybe my Warframe, like I still gotta like there's still a bunch of me. There's so much stuff for me to do in Warframe anyway. I hope one day to be mastery and get MR30. I know Fire Oni's close to that. I play too many other grindy games. I play too many grindy games, man. I need to start getting on my single player games. Like knocking those out, because I have a bunch of those and I ain't played. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta play these games, man. Especially my ones on console. I gotta hook up my PlayStation. I just haven't. My PlayStation. Well, my PlayStation's hooked up. It's just not hooked up to stream right now. Play too many grindy games, man. I think I was right here, but I had to quit because I had to do something. Yes, when I was here, I should have beat this, but I remember I had to stop. I had to do something. Oh yeah, I had to get on the phone. I got a bunch of. I had got a phone call I was expecting. I'm like, yo, what was I doing that I didn't finish this? That I didn't finish this particular mission. Oh, hold up. Where you go? Where you go? Nope. You always gotta go first. Nope. You gotta go. Bro, what? Oh, they brought these motherfuckers back. Where are you? Extreme prejudice in the fire blood joint. Keep moving. You know you always go first. Everybody else I can deal with. Your ass gotta go first. Oh, oh. Let's do this. Oh. Let's do this. Oh. Let's grab your buddy. Oh. He's down. Get you down too. Let's seal this thing. Shit. I started D2 a few months ago. I still play Genshin Impact, Black Desert Online, Warframe occasionally. I have Black Desert on PC. I got one character to like level 30 and I kind of just dropped it. I was playing with two people that they regularly play the game. And then there was a bigger streamer who I was trying to get him to play with me because he was like, "Oh, you play BDO? Yeah, I'll play with you." But then like he never got on the BDO because he started playing Final Fantasy 14 and he got hooked on that, so he never played with me. And it was somebody I was really excited to play with too, but he was like, "Yo, I'll play with you because like, yo, I really love BDO." And I seen him play BDO a lot. Then he got on Final Fantasy 14 and he just forgot all about playing BDO for a little bit. Genshin is something that I like, but I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I want to get into right now. Oh, man. I can't throw nothing at him either. Come on. I can't throw nothing. Oh, there you go. Final Fantasy 14 will hook you. I started playing it and it didn't hook me the way I thought it was going to. Like, it's one of those games. Final Fantasy 14 one of those games. It takes a while to get going to me. Like I started to get the hang of it and then I dropped it. Oh, I feel like somebody's. Oh, thanks for the lurk. I don't know why my lurk sound don't work. But where's my lurk sound? I don't have my lurk sound on here. Incoming message, lurk. Here we go. That's what's supposed to happen. I gotta fix that. Thanks for the lurk.